Good afternoon. I'm Michael Burchick, a member of the Knights of Columbus, Spring Georgia's Council 2809, and a past faithful navigator of the Archbishop Michael J. Curley Assembly. Our guest speaker this afternoon is Mary Clark. She is director of the Seton Home Schooling, has a PhD in education, and her subject today is Catholic homeschooling. Mary, the first question I would like to ask you, what do you mean by Catholic homeschooling? Just what is it?
All right, Catholic homeschooling is a program or a system whereby parents are teaching their children at home. This means they're teaching everything. So many times when the phrase is used, Catholic homeschooling, people think this just means catechism or just religion, but that's not really what we mean at all. We mean the total program for the children. In other words, we're talking about reading, being a Catholic reading program. We're talking about history, bringing in the Catholic aspects of American history, for instance, spelling. In fact, I brought some materials here with me to show you a little bit. Is it all right if I show a little bit? For instance, this, see, the Catholic schools used to be Catholic. That is, they used to have Catholic textbooks. And this is a reader, for instance. This is our parish, Faith and Freedom reading series. And while the stories are, of course, to help children learn to read, to have good comprehension and learn phonics and so on, the stories are to also bring in good morals, or they talk about Catholic family life. They might have children receiving the sacraments. In some of these books, the family gets down on their knees and thanks God because there's a new baby in the family. So that's just the reading, but the history books are Catholic, in that as American history, for instance, is presented, they'll also be presented the Catholic immigrants. So they're just reading a story, but it will be about Catholic immigrant families coming to this country, Catholic priests who helped them, nuns who helped them start schools, or whatever it was. So in history, they're getting more than just the factual information. And in addition to that, certain people in American history who are Catholic, this will be brought out. It won't be just simply passed over. For instance, Christopher Columbus went to his confessor, you know, before he came. And when he came, he knelt down and prayed when he landed, and so on. So that the history will also bring out things of particular interest to Catholics. But we do that with everything. Oh, I want to show you some of the other things. This is called spelling for young Catholics. You see, the Church teaches that every subject in a Catholic school is to be integrated with Catholicism. I mean, this is an official teaching of the Church. Now, this is the way the schools used to be. But, of course, since the Catholic schools started taking the state and federal money, they're no longer allowed to buy anything religious with that money, which is why we no longer have publishers of Catholic materials. For instance, Silver Burdett had a Catholic schools division, or Ginn had a Catholic schools division. That meant that besides their secular books, they published Catholic books, such as Catholic spellers. Well, you can't get these anymore. They are gone. So we are writing them at Seton Home Study School. We're writing them. And I just want to give you an example here.